Hello and welcome to the Nothing is Wrong with You book podcast. We are the book podcasters, Colleen, Athena, and Rebecca, and we're here to talk to you about books. And we usually start the podcast talking about what we're currently reading. So I'm going to hand it over to you, Colleen. What are you reading right now?
Okay, so I just finished, based on, I thought both of you, but maybe not. Again, I'm holding up my Kindle, is Lily King's Heart the Lover, which I loved, crying on an airplane, which is ridiculous. I actually think this is going to sound terrible, but I don't even think it's that good of a book in some ways, but it was so good. And I want to read everything she's written now, but I don't know, there's some leaps that I was willing to take with her, but I cry. I'm crying on an airplane at the end. This is ridiculous. So even though I don't think it's the most perfectly crafted book, and again, I'm punching up here, but I really, I'm glad I read it. So that I just finished. And then I just finished this. So this is not fair so obsessed. So I read Still Life by Sara Winman, and I was like, I need to read everything this person's ever written. This is Tin Man, which was her book before that. I read this in a day. It is a grand slam. It is so good. It is beautiful. It slayed me. So I cannot say enough about this. I'm so excited. I now bought, there's another book of hers. It has the word rabbit in the title, Rebecca. So I thought of you. Mm-hmm. So I'm on the Sara Winman train for sure. What about you, Athena? What are you reading?
Okay, so I was on Goodreads, then off Goodreads, and then I loved Shelfari, may it rest in peace, but it got taken away. But I loved it because it was you looked at it like you look at a shelf. It was all the covers of books, but they got rid of it. It was a part of, I don't know what company it was part of, but anyway, so I've just had not been on a thing, a book cataloging thing. I tried one others, it didn't work. So I finally, this all leads up to something, I swear. I got back on Goodreads, and my friend Colleen is on there, and Colleen put up some books that she was reading, and so it made me go to the library and get them. And then what's that?
What I used it because I thought I needed to have it as an author, and I haven't looked at it since. So I'm almost afraid of what you're about to show.
Oh, really? Well, I've been hearing about this person forever. Well, not forever, for a long time. And I finally picked up 2 of the books, and I read them both in a day, and I loved them. I finally got on the Clair Keegan.
Okay, Clair Keegan. All right, so solid. Yes.
Solid. I know I wouldn't disappoint you both. I just have never read her. So, oh my gosh, I get it. Did you both love this person, Rebecca? Do you? I didn't know.
Yeah.
So
and
good.
I recently finally watched the movie that was made about one of the stories, and it was so good. The movie was good. What was it called? Do you remember, Rebecca?
Is it Small Things? Is it that? No.
I think
it's about the Maudlin with Girls Away.
Yeah.
But so late is so late in the day, the short stories.
Yeah, so late
in
the day.
And the last story is Antarctica or something like that.
That was disturbing.
I'm haunted by that story.
Yes, I almost couldn't sleep last night. I finished both of these yesterday. That's how much I love her.
I call them the blue one, the red one, the green one. My mind, I don't know what they're called. I just call them by the colors.
Yes, and I read Foster by Clair Keegan, and So Late in the Day by Clair Keegan, just so I can say audio-wise. And I've got the others already on hold.
I'm going to tell you right now, and we could do a whole episode about how I usually hate what Maureen Corrigan says to read. And I want her job so bad. I'm going to manifest this right now. When she retires, I would be amazing. I live near Philadelphia. I would be an excellent replacement for Maureen Corrigan.
I support this.
She is the one who talked about Foster many years ago. And I was like, all right, I'm willing to try this. And that's what started the train for me. So that's probably the best gift Maureen Corrigan has ever given me.
I get it now. I wasn't like I didn't want to. I just kept forgetting. And then I was like, oh, when I saw you on that, your Goodreads had them listed, I was like, let me just try them. And I was like, oh my gosh. And so I love them. I'm now I'll read anything she writes. I wish I hadn't waited so long, but hey, you get treats now, having more to look forward to. Because I still haven't read Small Things Like These is on my hold list, so I get to be
That's the
surprised.
green one.
That's the
Yeah,
green one. Oh, so if we could do a really quick asterisk,
yeah,
a person that Rebecca and I both know, Marjorie Maddox-Hafer, they with Steve Myers. So
yeah.
DeSales University is where Rebecca and I both went at some point. And so they have a program that goes to Ireland. She did a master class with them, with Steve
Stop.
Myers and Marjorie Maddox. And I was like, I'm sorry, you like hung out with Claire Keegan, like a normal human being, like as if she's normal.
That's
So
wild.
Wow. I freaked the F out when she told me that. Like, I'm sorry, what? I would lead with that in every conversation I had. I'd be like, I took a writing class with Claire Keegan.
I know. I saw that on their. saw that on DeSales' MFA Instagram. I'm like, are you kidding me?
I'm going to write to her and see if she might meet with our Ireland program that I'm not even a part of, but my peer loves her writing so much. I have a student who is doing her capstone on Claire Keegan's work.
Wow.
So I got to spend this whole past semester just like geeking out with Cass about Claire Keegan and her writing. So like you're putting a lot together for me. And it was just really fun to feel really fun to work with Cass. She's like such a devoted reader of Keegan's work. So
I was hoping it'd be a happy surprise, and I'm glad it is.
Oh, I was really nervous there. I was like, oh, what did I say? Like,
no, I thanks. Because of you, it reminded me I hadn't, and then it was the best. It's such a gift, and I love that I saw on the back of Foster is now part of the school syllabus in Ireland. How beautiful!
Good.
Isn't that amazing?
Oh God, Foster. And I just want to reread that because that was the first one, and it's been a long time. I have them all around somewhere.
And you know that like I have to own things, so much to my poor husband's dismay. So I went and found someone on a used site was selling all of them that are out in print as a bundle, real cheap, like new condition. And I got them, so I can just have because I know I want to go back again.
The blue one, the red one, and there's a fourth one.
Yeah. There's
a movie of Foster too. I think there was a film made of Foster as well.
I think so too. Yeah.
Yeah, Walk the Blue.
But it never came out here. I think it was like an Irish language film, maybe. I don't know. But it's totally worth it. Like, hopefully, our gushing will get people to read that.
So I had to. That's why we were talking about things we recommend. I was like, that could be that could be a future because I just Anyway, Rebecca, what are you reading? Obviously, I'm excited about this find.
Yeah, and I think that just reminds me, Colleen, of our trip into Portland and pals. I think we stood there and just like pointed them out again, like just like how much we love them. So highly recommend. So I'm currently listening to Cassandra Speaks, When Women Are the Storytellers, The Human Story Changes by Elizabeth Lesser. Yeah, it's
great.
Good.
It's great.
I love the concept.
I love it.
Oh, you read it?
I bought it. I loved it so much. I was like, I got it from the library, and then I was like, I need to own this. You know?
Ooh, that's big. All right.
I need to
so it was Instagram, the actress in Hamnet was talking about it, and I was like, what? And I immediately got it because I was like, interesting. And the other book I'm rereading.
I saw the face Athena made. Did you make that face when Hamnet came up? I never finished it and I can't see that movie because I don't want to have feelings.
I have strong feelings that
I don't want to have emotions. I don't want to have emotions.
I honestly think Jessie I will say this on the air. I think Jessie Buckley is like our Meryl. I think she's one of like the best we've ever had. I cannot watch that because I will not survive it.
I will not survive it. I will not. That's exactly. I'm like afraid to see that movie because of emotion. Yeah.
Yeah, I Cynthia Erivo.
I saw you make a face when she said Hamnet, and I was like, oh.
No. Well, in an interview, Cynthia Erivo was like, I worried about you doing that. Like, are you okay? Like, I was like, okay, I'm not watching this. So anyway, Rebecca, continue. Jessie Buckley is wonderful.
I saw the face.
I know. Sorry, continue. Jessie Buckley recommended. Go on.
I love that we keep bringing in films into this story as well. The other book, and we've talked about this on the podcast as well, is rereading. So I'm currently rereading Body Works by Melissa Febos.
Oh, yay! I love everything she does.
I work with memoir writers as like mentor / coach in that space. And I was thinking about preparing for a session with somebody, and I was like, oh, we need to be talking about body works. And so picking it up just made me go, you know what? I need to really read this. Like, I feel like so often in the writing books, the craft books, you read them and you get so much out of it. But as always, like when you go back to the reread, you've developed so much more as a writer. And so that when you're in the reread, you're even getting more insights. And so I'm excited to be back into this.
Oh, I love that.
100% endorsed. That was a book that was on my nightstand for years, and I would just kind of dip in and out. Yes. And then recently did finally finish it. And yeah, it was really instructive and really good. And I need to go back and see what I underlined. But yeah, snaps for, I've always wanted to read Girlhood. Is that her other book?
I've never read it. Yeah.
And the Dry Season is the newest one. I have it, but I haven't read it yet.
The what?
The Dry Season.
Oh.
Yeah.
A Year of Celibacy, right?
Oh, yeah. So I'm going to read Girlhood first, I think. But
yeah,
I'm going to read all the books. Every book. I'm just going to read it. I'm going to read all the books. I'm on sabbatical. Can I read every book? Is that what I'm going to do? Read every book?
Yeah.
There you go. Have you read, either one of you or both of you read Whip Smart, her first, like her memoir?
No.
I haven't either. I've always read her craft kind of books. So I got
Whip Smart sounds really good too.
I've read Abandoned.
Go ahead, Athena.
No, I just said Abandon Me, I've read.
Oh, yeah.
How many books has this person written?
She's a lot.
Yeah. Oh, a fair amount.
So Whip Smart, I think it was her first one, and it's a year of like being a dominatrix, I think.
Yeah. Sex worker.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, I was just curious if, because I was like, oh, I should read that too. So I got that from the library, so I didn't know if you read it.
That's a good idea. I'm going to get Girlhood from the library.
Okay. So this podcast, we are going to be talking about giving books as gifts. And I think there's many layers there of like what that means, whether it's gifting something you've read and you're just handing it off, so yay or nay, receiving books as gifts, what's that process? Do you like it? Do you not like it? So I'm just going to open that up in general. So Athena, thoughts on giving books as gifts?
Some people are like you are harder to do because it's like you both are so well read. It's just hard to know what people like. I want to because I love giving books, but it's hard to know what people have read. With my niece, it's pretty easy. Like, and sometimes what I love about her as well, 'cause she's a big reader, she'll just tell me like what her list is, and then I can like go through and pick, and I love that. But usually I can pick also if I don't know. Like I knew she hadn't read Octavia Butler, so I picked one of those for her, and she's loving it, and you know what I mean. And I love, of course, getting books, even if I've already have it or read it. I never. I'm not a person. I mean, I'm interested to hear what you both will say, but I don't know if I've ever had like a experience getting a book where I'm like, oh, a book. I mean, it's my favorite thing, like to the point where like people bring me back book themed things. Like I have a what's it called? Shakespeare and Company tote in my office from a friend that went to Paris. I have this really cool one that says "Read or Die" from a bookshop in New Orleans. Someone brought me another tote. So I love anything book or book related as a gift is always going to be a win. But that's my general. But keep going because maybe I'll think of other things as we're talking.
I think there is nothing like if I'm gifting you a book, there is nothing more tender-hearted or vulnerable that I'm going to give. Like I feel like if I'm giving somebody a book, like there is a reason. And I don't really love getting books because I already have so many and that I want to read. And so then I'm kind of like I like gift books or cookbooks. Like I like those kinds of books when people give that to me. But like, although somebody gifted me The Reluctant Fundamentalist by Mohsin Hamid like 20 years ago, and that change the trajectory of some of the writing I do. So that it's an unfair thing for me to say, but I feel like it's kind of fraught to buy me a book, and then I'm like thinking like I got Rebecca a book in London. Like I'm like, why did I get Rebecca a book? But I saw it and I thought of her. But I think if I'm gifting a book to someone, there is a very specific reason for it. Yeah. And it's almost like wearing my heart on my sleeve to do that. And I love talking about, like in London, when we were in Oxford, I was sitting in a bookstore trying to hide from the students, and then they all found me. And then we just ended up like swarming through the bookstore. Like, they're like, I don't know what to buy. What should I buy? And I was like, you should get this book, And so like, I'm like, this is what you should get. This is what you should get. And I love curating other people's reading. But I feel like my reading is so curated already. It almost feels like intrusive in some way. It's weird. I like getting money to buy myself books.
Yeah, there you go. Cards are good.
I am I love giving books, but if you're getting it from me, there's an absolute reason. Like Ross Gay, I literally just have a stack of the blue one in my cabinet upstairs. And like when I feel like somebody needs a little Ross Gay in their life, I'm just like, I think you should have this book. And then like that happened, and they're like, oh, I love this book. I already have it. I'm going to give it to my friend that really needs this. And I was like, great. Like, get a little more Ross Gay love in the world. That's so cool. There are certain things that I really love to gift and share.
Oh, I love that. I love that. That's beautiful. What about you, Rebecca?
I think I'm also in that. I go back and forth, right? Like, I love that people get books, right, as gifts. Like our local bookstore does like a giving tree to get books to people for Christmas. And I'm like, yes, all the books.
100 bucks.
Everybody. Yeah. And I also like, if people are like, I really want these books, I'm more than happy to spend all the monies to give you the books that you want. But I also find I struggle sometimes, because I sometimes get books from people that don't really know me, because they think you're a reader.
Like any book. Yeah.
And so then they get those books, and then I feel really guilty, because then I'm like, well, I really have to read this. Yep. And I've had that happen multiple times where I'm like, we talk about this on the podcast all the time of like, there's so many books in the world. And right. You're like, and now I got this one gifted to me. I feel like I have to read it, or like I just have to like at least put effort into it, even if I'm not liking it. So that's often, I think that's kind of what you were saying, Colleen. Like there's like, it's a little fraught for receiving gifts from me. And I think sometimes I reflect on that when I'm getting ready to give a book. Like, am I going to be the person now that's giving them something that they're like going to feel guilty or feel like, I don't know. I think I feel like what we talk about on this podcast is there's a real nuanced way that each individual goes to a book. And so I didn't know if it's now causing people more stress when I give them books. To feel like, oh, she gave this to me, so this must mean something, and I must like it because,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think I usually offer the caveat. I usually tell the person why I got it for them, and also it's not usually for a holiday. Mm-hmm. It's more just like, I thought of you, and I wanted to give you this book. Yeah, I'm trying to think of like birthdays or something like that, and I don't really do that. And also the other thing I do is I don't inscribe it. I don't want to put my footprint on it for that, because if they don't like it, I don't want them to feel like they have to keep it or read it, or so I try to give a caveat. And because again, I think it is such a personal thing. Like, you're asking somebody to give up their time,
right?
It's not like a beautiful pair of earrings that just brings you joy, right? And you put it on and the day moves on. Like, you're asking somebody to like spend time, which is me, my most precious resource, to read. And so I don't want to put any kind of stamp on it that I gave it to you or anything like that. And it is usually more of I thought of you. I thought you might like this. You don't have to like it, and let's move on with our lives. So I'm trying to think of like holidays and Rebecca, the book I'm sending you as part of your birthday present, like, you don't have to like it, but I thought of you, and I was like, oh, this is kind of curious. I don't think this is in the States, and I think she would like this. But if you don't, I know that you will feel empowered to put it on a shelf and move on.
Yeah. I mean, I think both of you have given me good books throughout the years, and I always love them because, I mean, again, you know what my likes are and dislikes are in the book space, for the most part. So I think,
I'm going to send you a copy of Women Talking every year for the rest of your life.
then I'm sending you Jane Austen for the rest of your life.
You sent me about 1,000 Jane Austen postcards. So yeah.
I still stand by that memoir she did. I thought that was good. You know, I really did.
I didn't mean to muddy the waters here.
I know. Sorry. Okay,
no,
anyway.
Yeah, I think I don't think there's a more tender gift that could come from me. I've really thought about it if I've given somebody something to read.
Yeah.
I feel the same way about the classes I teach. I mean, assign books, right? Like, I feel that way as well.
Yeah. I've received gifts of like first editions or of like folio ones that have the beautiful cover. You know, like there's that books that people they know I love, right? Like, here's now a fancy version of that book.
Oh, I got the most beautiful copy of Macbeth from my friend Stacy Stevens, where like there's a little threesome and we joke that we're the witches. And the cover is it's the most, like she gifted it to us because of the cover. Like, do I need another copy of Macbeth? No. I was like, look at this cover. Like, and that's why she got it for us. So yeah, I mean, that was super thoughtful gift.
Yeah. I love that.
I was going to bring it down and show it, but I should have brought it. Yeah, it's so pretty.
Yeah, I want to see it.
I think that the thing that you just talked about with your students in London is, I think that brings me way more joy than giving a gift, is the walking through a bookstore with people to like point out things that you've loved, and then to hear what they like. Like, 'cause I mean, even in that space, right, you're getting their taste and you can go, oh, well, if you really like these things, like you probably really are going to like this one, right?
2 of them left with The Book Thief, which you finally got me to read. And then that's like this beautiful link, right? Because in my final email to those 2 students, I was like, hey, when you finish The Book Thief, tell me what you think. Like, it might be 5 years from now, and I'm maybe get an email from them like, I liked it or I didn't like it. Or one kid had a list of books she had seen people reading on the subway.
Oh, I love that.
And she showed it to me. And so I was like, oh, the bee sting was on it. And then I'm talking to her about it. And then the bookseller comes walking over. He's like, oh, I love the book. So now he and I are having a conversation about this book. And that's what she left with, was that. Like, but how cute is that? Like, these are books I've seen people reading on the subway while I'm here.
I love that.
So tender, right? Like, it's so tender, the conversations you can have about books when at that space. It's my favorite thing to do. Honestly, that. It's like probably my favorite memory from being abroad.
Yep. That's fantastic.
That's why we do this podcast, right? That's why we love reading, because we're just trying to be humans.
Yep. Yeah, walking around a bookstore is the best. I was in there the other day with a friend that was going through something and wanted to meet for coffee, and then said, I should pick something up. What are you reading lately? I love being like, oh.
Right. What did she end up leaving with? Or what did they end up leaving with? What did you finally?
Remarkably Bright Creatures.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. She needed something that was just kind of heartwarming and well done. This is a good one for what you're saying you're feeling right now.
Not too much heavy lifting. But I think that the 3 of us love books, right? I mean, I think there is like very little greater joy than somebody telling me they like a book that I suggested. Like, it makes my heart leap and sing.
I gave a colleague Sandwich by Catherine Newman, and her reaction to it was so amazing that it just made my whole month.
I just read her new book. Why didn't I talk about that?
Anyway. Oh, yeah, we should talk about that sometime.
Yeah, we should.
Okay.
I forgot to say that I read that. So anyway.
Yeah, I forgot that. Okay. Yeah.
All right. So it's pretty much, yes, if you're getting a book from us, or if we're giving a book, it's with real intention.
Good word. Yeah.
And I do think it's important to also, as we talk about in this podcast, to remind people when you give them books, it's okay if you don't like it. Okay. So yeah, because I actually have a couple books on my to be read pile that I got gifted not from you two, but from other people that I'm like, I don't know when I'm going to get to that. Like it's low on my priorities. And it's
Well,
not
and
that it's
don't
not.
ask, did you read that book I got you? Like, I don't do that either. So maybe like if we could just eradicate that question, like
Yes.
create space for the person to do what they want with it. Don't expect a book report. Like just here's this book, the end. Go with God. Do what you
Yep.
wish.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. I think we talked through that whole process, and just a reminder too, sounds like one of our favorite things is to take somebody to a bookstore and have a conversation and walk around the books together. It's a way to get to know them a little bit more, as well as share the books that you love. So if you have a chance, instead of just giving a gift, maybe take them to a bookstore.
Yeah. And just be like, we're going to leave with a book. Let's talk about what it would be. That would be like a super fun friend
They
date
get to
for
pick
sure.
what they. Yeah, that's fun.
I think that would be awesome because you're creating that experience, as well as, which I just talked about with the Keegan books. Like I so remember that in Pals of us like going through that conversation and standing there at the bookshelf, talking about those books. So
Same
anyway,
trip was The Book Thief, right? And then I read it
yeah,
on the plane home. That was the same time at Pals, and now I've gotten 2 kids based on a conversation, getting them to read it. So this is the love we share.
yeah.
I love
Yay
it.
for books! Hooray!
Yay.
Thank you for joining the three of us today. We are so happy that you are part of our reading community. Thank you for all your engagement on social media and the platforms of where you're listening to this podcast. We really appreciate it when you give us those thumbs up, make some comments down below, and or share out an episode with a friend. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to stay up to date on our episodes. And thank you so much for listening, for engaging, for following us, and for being part of our community. So at the end of every podcast, we like to give you recommendations. But before we get into that, Colleen actually picked up that book of Macbeth that she wants to share the cover.
So if you're watching us visually, you're seeing the 3 witches at the center.
I love
And
the
it's
colors and like the eye and the
aquas, and it centers the women, and it's got the crown. So is this Lady Macbeth, or is she one of the weird sisters? And it's just
It's
I
great.
mean, so she got us it's actually a British version, so I don't know how she ended up with it, but it is this is literally, she got it for us for the cover, and it makes me happy every time I look at it. So anyway,
yeah. So
we're
for
gonna
those of you who didn't get to see it, it's a penguin. It looks like a penguin, but
yes,
from
it is
from the UK.
penguin staged. So it's like a series, this staged series, timeless tropes, enduring stories, with like different covers. So beautiful
Gorgeous.
cover. Anyway,
Gorgeous.
so we're gonna recommend a book now, and so I went to get that. That's where I got it. So we're going to talk about The Comfort of Crows, A Backyard Year by Margret Renkl, which I have mentioned several times throughout the podcast, but because I was taking my time over the course of the year, I finally have finished it. So I feel like Athena and I are going to talk about it.
Yeah.
So I forced myself to slow down. It is a weekly book following the seasons, and I have restarted it. I think this is probably just a book I'm just going to read every year. It takes 5 minutes to read for the week, and then it's just this beautiful touchstone. I do have her other book. I just bought it as well. But the cover says it's a howling love letter to the world, and Patchett says that, and I think it's true. And it's just, I don't know. Again, if you are watching, you can see I have about 8 bazillion Post-it notes. I have so many Post-it noted pages. I often read little parts of this at the end of my yoga classes because I just think there's some beautiful imagery and wisdom. So, Athena, do you want to second me on?
Yes, I loved it. It's a gorgeous book, and I love, I just got the new Terry Tempest Williams. I love any kind of nature-focused writing. Like it's coming out in March by her, and but I love it. It grounds me. It makes me feel just at peace. And I found this one was so beautiful. And sometimes it's the small things
Mm-hmm.
that, she recognizes that are just gorgeous. Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful book. I think your description is the best. It's something you want to go back to and read small parts of again and again. And it's like that for me too. It's one of those that's not like you read it once and you're done. It's more like you return to it, like almost like a poetry for me. Like
Yeah.
you would just go
It's
back
like
and
something
read.
I read in the morning or, on a Saturday morning.
Right. Yep.
If you like Annie Dillard, Terry Tempest Williams is another one that I have a stack of her books and hand to people next to the Ross Gay books.
You do? I know
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I love that.
Those are the two, Ross Gay and Terry Tempest Williams. But yeah, so if
That's
you like Annie Dillard, if you like anybody who's like paying attention to the world in a way that helps you frame your vision, I think she's just kind of the contemporary person doing that really well. And really accessibly, because sometimes I think Annie Dillard is hard. I mean, I love Annie Dillard, but that's not as easy. She writes for the New York Times as well. So if you don't want to get the book, you could look her up in the New York Times. She does really nice opinion pieces that are focused on nature. But yeah, so that is our recommendation.
Beautiful.
Comfort.
I love it.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for joining us today. As always, if you're loving this podcast, make sure you're giving us the likes, that you're subscribing, and that you're sharing with others. It really helps us grow. And above all, I think, we just love being in this space and talking about books. So we hope that you are also enjoying this space as we just talked about the whole breadth of books, what we love, what we don't love. Thanks for joining us today.
Happy reading, everybody.
Happy reading.
Hello and welcome to the Nothing is Wrong with You book.
And scene. Okay.
Yeah, bloopers.
That's a blooper reel.